This is Saurabh Joshi from StratPost, and I'm here with Xavier, President of Airbus Helicopters. We're here at the Airbus stall at DefExpo in Goa. Xavier is going to talk to us about the recent announcements Airbus Helicopters has made about the idea of manufacturing helicopters in India. Xavier, could you please tell us what those plans are?
Yes, regarding the Make in India initiatives, and in order to address all the defense requirement in India for the armed forces, we have decided to create a joint venture with our partner Mahindra Defense and Airbus Helicopters in order to address three major programs. You have here, and I will just go quickly around the three platforms. So three major programs representing the naval utility helicopter, naval multi-role helicopter, and the Scout light helicopter program. Yes, indeed, regarding this partnership, we signed a MOU last year. This partnership was recently strengthened, beginning of this year on the occasion of the visit of the French President Hollande, and a statement of intent was signed in presence of Prime Minister Modi and President Hollande in order to develop this cooperation. In parallel, we are currently evaluating different industrial sites in order to structure and assess the existing local supply chain and to create this ecosystem which does not really exist for helicopter industry in India.
So specifically what you're proposing is that we could potentially expect to see a complete final assembly line in India?
Yes, you're perfectly right. It will be a final assembly line, but not only, because you have also all the support activities, training, and all the environment, which is required to satisfy, the customer's operation. Of course, we are expecting, in terms of viability of the projects and investment, award of contracts, but we are very bullish, on these three programs.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, but setting up a final assembly line in India requires you to have a supplier ecosystem in place or ready to start delivering. How much work has gone into that already? I mean, what kind of homework have you done yet?
I should just stress that for this respect, Airbus Helicopters has maybe an unparalleled experience worldwide in different countries, because we could succeed, in developing almost from scratch, helicopters industry. So we know how to create, this ecosystem, and especially in India, Airbus Helicopter belongs to Airbus Group, and Airbus Group has already a very large footprint, for the sourcing, of different components, for Airbus families. So clearly, for us, we are structuring it, but we don't see any issues so far.
Give us some idea of potential numbers in terms of, investment, in terms of job creation. What kind of projections do you foresee?
It's very depending, on the different developments of the program. But you are talking about thousands, of high-skilled jobs and thousands of crores also of investment. But just to give you some figures on the what is represented, out of these programs, for the naval utility helicopter, which is a medium-class helicopter, the requirements is based on 110 units, so which is massive. And thanks to this proposal, of Airbus Helicopters and Mahindra Defense, we would like to make India, be the next global hub, for Panther, and we propose to set up, a final assembly line, for the Panther. When you talk about the naval multi-role helicopter, it's also a massive requirement. We're talking about 120 plus units, addressing heavy-duty, naval missions. And again, under the scope of Make in India, we will have this local content, and production line in India. And at last, this reconnaissance and surveillance helicopter program. Just to give you an idea, we have a strong legacy with Airbus helicopters in India, with the production in cooperation with HAL at that time of 600 Cheetah, and which is a light platform, third generation, but now you are coming to the last generation of the helicopters. So requirement is also massive. We can be between 200 and 400 units of this type. So altogether you are talking about 500 to 600 helicopters. So which we can, of course, develop a complete helicopter industry in the private sector.
And you're already participating in some competitions, aren't you, with some of your helicopter models?
Yes, all these three programs we are on for this competition with these three major platforms.
And what do you expect to see? I mean, can you be an oracle for a second and anticipate some kind of timeline? How hopeful are you of things materializing quickly under Make in India initiative, under the initiatives, other initiatives taken by Prime Minister Modi and the Defense Minister?
It's difficult, to anticipate, the timeline on the materialization, of these programs. But and we just learned about the new release, of the DPP 2016, and it will frame, the new engagement and the new, let's say, way of inducting, these programs in India. However, we can say that all the work we are currently doing with our partner, Mahindra Defense in this JV to act as a prime contractor, this is to really lay the groundwork for a quick ramp up as soon as we can have an award of contract. So it's really strong work in anticipation, of we hope the near future.
Xavier Hay, thank you for talking to us.
Thank you.
That was Xavier Hay, President of Airbus Helicopters in India, telling us about how his company plans to make helicopters in India. You're watching StratPost.